Slaanesh is the Lord of Pleasure, the power of chaos dedicated to the pursuit of hedonistic pleasures and the overthrow of all codes of decent behaviour. He reigns in a vast and luxuriously appointed palace in the void, where favoured followers litter the floors, indulging themselves in all forms of perverse pleasures of the flesh. Slaanesh takes the form of a bisexual humanoid, male on the left side and female on the right, with an unearthly, unnatural and almost disturbing beauty. Two pairs of horns rise from his flowing golden hair, and he dresses in a mail shirt fringed with velvet. His right hand holds the magical jade sceptre, which is his greatest treasure. The symbol of Slaanesh combines the conventional symbols for male and female, although it is seldom worn openly by his followers. In its place, they often wear items of jewellery bearing erotic motifs. Followers dress in robes which are often open to leave the right side of the chest uncovered, a requirement of many of the rituals involved in his worship. Pastel and electric shades are the chief colours, although white is often used as well. These colours are also sometimes carried over into everyday wear, although they may be modified to fit with current fashions. Regardless of any other considerations, all Slaanesh followers wear garb of sensuously high quality. 6 is regarded as the number of Slaanesh, and this is reflected in many small and large things by his followers. For example, secret worshippers of Slaanesh will always meet in groups of 6, or some multiple of it. The demonettes, the lesser demons of Slaanesh, often fight in units of 6 as well. Slaanesh is not a god of warriors, and his worship is strongest in the cities of the old world, especially among the upper classes of Bretonnia and in parts of Estalia and Tylea. Some worship Slaanesh under his own name, seeing the worship of chaos as a supreme decadence, while others worship the Lord of Pleasure unknowingly under a variety of names and guises. The worship of Slaanesh takes the form of great orgies involving every vice and perversity, and the highest members of his cults have altars and shrines concealed in their homes, which can be taken apart and hidden when not in use. The principle of indulging every whim and vice makes Slaanesh the most popular of the Chaos gods among the population of the old world. It is not uncommon for his worshippers to spend the holidays of other deities in any orgy of worship for the Lord of Pleasure. The worship of Slaanesh is not popular among the non-human races, although it is not unknown for some elves to follow this Chaos god. Unlike many of the other Chaos gods, the various cults of Slaanesh maintain friendly relations with each other, and a worshipper of Slaanesh may always be sure of a friendly reception from other followers in a new town. Slaanesh has a neutral attitude to many of the gods of Chaos, and is generally too caught up in his own pleasures to be interested in alliances and cooperation. Particular enemies are the followers of Khorne, whose belief in pain and death is completely opposed to Slaanesh's principle of a life of unrestricted pleasure. Followers of Nergal and Tzeentch, the other two powers of chaos, are subject to Slaanesh's usual neutral attitude. All are welcome in the cults of Slaanesh. The only requirements are an unswerving dedication to the pursuit of pleasure and a willingness to explore every possible vice and perversion to this end. This must be done regardless of any conventional codes of decent behaviour or any law. It is only possible to incur the displeasure of this god by showing some remaining trace of moral scruples. Servants of Slaanesh, by their incantations, conjurations, and accursed crafts, have seduced, depraved, and corrupted both man and beast, bringing them low in the sight of others. Numberless are their enormities and horrid offences, heinous and wicked their every action, revelling in perversity and debasement, twisted in mind and body. These insidious servitors of the pleasure lord take delight in all manner of abominable and unclean deeds. The Slaaneshi spread the depravity of chaos to the unwary and uncaring with heretical crimes and disobediences that cry out against nature and the true order of the world. Amassed on the field of battle, the electric colours of their contorted forms offend the eye as their diseased lewdness offends the mind. Half-bare torsos of pink and blue boast of unreined lust. Others display limbs of glistening greens and yellows, pale shades of corruption, which belie the darkness they hide inside. They have abandoned the last vestige of true decency and sacrificed their humanity to serve the dark power of the master of carnal joys, and spread his corruption among the innocent. The Keepers of Secrets. These huge and powerful demons are only used by Slaanesh when all else has failed. Violence is but a small part of Slaanesh's nature, but when force is the only solution, these beings are perfectly equipped for it. They take a gloating, sadistic pleasure in killing and torture, and exist only for the delights of carnage. They take particular pleasure in destroying the creatures and followers of Khorne. It is also said that they can hear anything that is said anywhere, in any dimension, and thus they are called the Keepers of Secrets. They may trade their knowledge for gifts or services. These massively built demons are reminiscent of minotaurs in their general physique. Their heads are horned and bovine, and they have an essentially humanoid body with 2 pairs of muscular arms. The upper pair ends in immense crab-like claws, and the lower pair in powerful humanoid hands. They have the single female breast, which distinguishes all demons of Slaanesh, and dress in a baroque costume of chainmail and leather armour. Colour varies wildly, but is always a pastel shade of red, orange, electric blue or vivid green. The insides of the ears, the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet are generally a lighter, mottled shade of the same colour. The Demonettes are the most numerous of Slaanesh's demonic followers and serve his purposes in a number of ways. They fight as troops on the battlefield and are occasionally granted as companions to human followers of Slaanesh. Like Slaanesh, the Demonettes are beautiful, but their beauty is perverse and unnatural, and causes loathing rather than admiration. They often ride into battle on mounts of Slaanesh. The Demonettes stand nearly as tall as a man and are white-skinned with deep green saucer-like eyes. Their figures and faces are something like those of human women, but they have only one breast. They often decorate their bodies and their long flowing white hair with a variety of bizarre designs, painted or tattooed onto their skins in the pastel colours of Slaanesh. Slaanesh's symbol, endlessly repeated, is the most popular motif. Their arms end in chitinous crab-like claws, and they have 2-toed, clawed feet and a razor-edged tail. They sometimes wear elaborate chainmail armour. The Fiends, or hunting beasts of Slaanesh, are often found accompanying his demons, and are sometimes granted to mortal followers. The Fiends appear as an unholy mixture of scorpion, reptile and human. They have a segmented main body with a broad, stinged tail and humanoid legs. From the front of the lithe body grows a row of humanoid breasts with a pair of arms which are sometimes used as front legs. The beast does not have the necessary intelligence to grip anything with them. The head is similar to that of a monitor lizard and has a long tongue and a pair of horns. The torso of a fiend is often a white or pastel shade. Their segmented rear bodies are a richly burnished shade of the same hue. Their legs are a dark complementary colour with pastel coloured or white feet. Their horns are a deep ivory colour and their eyes a dark bottle green. The Mounts of Slaanesh. These strange bipedal beasts are sometimes granted to followers of Slaanesh and are frequently ridden into battle by the Demonettes. They do not attack in combat, but can move very quickly and use their long tongue to ensnare their riders' opponents, making them easy targets. Mounts of Slaanesh are bipedal, combining the appearance of a horse and an ostrich. They have 2 long feminine legs, and a crest of vivid green hair runs the length of the back. The glossy fur on the legs and upper parts of the body is a pale lavender colour, while the head, tail and underside are pastel yellow with mottled deep red markings. They have a long tubular snout ending in a small mouth from which their long electric blue tongue shoots constantly back and forth.